very recently when Taapsee posted a picture on her Instagram where she was endorsing one of these sports brand, and while doing so she was flaunting her 4-pack abs, that washboard abs as you say it. Everyone jumped into the conclusion that she must have achieved this using some unnatural means. But me being the person behind that transformation, I can assure you that this transformation has been done by the most natural way. This was the healthiest transformation that one can achieve using the most natural and safe methods. And the right way to transform hence is just the transformation which is done without using any kind of shortcuts. The transformation which is healthy, which is not harmful, is the transformation which takes time. So for example, with Taapsee, when we did this transformation for her, we were working together for at least 4 to 5 months. So this was not achieved within a few weeks, or it was not done overnight. So it does take time. It does take a lot of investment in terms of energy, in terms of effort. And therefore the transformations which are the right ones are the ones which are sustainable and which do not encourage any kind of extreme of a spectrum. For example, maybe over exercising or starvation or cutting down of any major food group like say carbs. So these kind of things which are extremes should not be encouraged, and the transformation should be in a way that it's done staying in the middle part where you're not going towards the extreme of any spectrum. There's a saying that abs are made in the kitchen, and rightly so. Your abdominal muscles, or the abs as you call it, is the rectus abdominis muscle. Now here's the thing, everyone has 6-pack abs. That's because everyone, you and me, have the rectus abdominis muscle that forms the 6-pack. It's just that it's not visible because it's covered under layers of body fat. So if you want to see the 6-pack abs, then your diet should consist of foods that can help accelerate fat burning, that can speed up your body's metabolism. So what are these foods? Are these foods fancy and exotic? What if I tell you that these foods are readily available in your kitchen? Yes, you heard that right. Ayurveda lists down some foods which can help you burn fat. It can also help you decrease the ama in your body. You can think of ama as inflammatory toxins. Millets, barley, amla and buttermilk are few examples of these foods. Let me tell you the usage of each one of this. Number one is amla. If there is fresh amla available around you, then the best way to have it is to simply squeeze the fresh juice and consume it. But if fresh amla is not available, then there is nothing to worry. You can simply have the amla powder. Just mix half to 1 teaspoon of amla powder in lukewarm water and have it every day. This is not just going to help you burn fat, but it will also help increase and strengthen your immunity. The number 2 food is barley. Barley is called jaw in Hindi, and there are many ways in which you can use it. So you can make soups and porridges and khichdi and also barley roti. In Rajasthan, there's a very popular and traditional drink which is made out of barley, and it is called jaw ki khat. It helps to cool down the body during the harsh summers. So that's the reason why it's very popular in Rajasthan. So you see, there's one food and there are multiple benefits to it. The number 3 is millets. Now millets, as we know, are superfoods which our Indian government is also very actively promoting, and just for all the right reasons. Millets are gluten free, it is prebiotic, and it is great for your gut function. The ways you can use it is plenty. You can simply replace the rice and wheat in your recipes with millet, and you can make idlis and dosas and rotis, biryani, pulao, vadas and so on and so forth. And the last one is buttermilk. Now there's a traditional way to make buttermilk which I'm just going to tell you, which is pretty different from what usually people in the urban cities end up making. So to reap the maximum benefits out of it, it will be better if you use the traditional version. So here it is. Take curd and hand churn it. And when you hand churn the curd, then you will see white butter floating on the top, which you can remove, and the liquid that remains is the buttermilk. You can add spices as you wish and simply consume it. Then there are certain foods which exhibit thermogenic effect and helps increase body's metabolism. Ginger and pepper are few examples of such foods. You can simply use it in your recipes. And however, since pepper is heating, be sure that you don't end up overdoing it. After the age of 30, the amount of lean muscle mass that we have begins to decline by 3 to 8% per decade. This can make fat burning difficult. But if your diet, exercise and lifestyle is in place, then you can not only maintain but also build your lean muscle mass while you age. While diet is the most dominating factor when it comes to weight loss, when it comes to body transformations, there are other factors also which do play a role. It's a common saying in the fitness industry that whenever a body transformation happens, the role of diet is 70%, whereas the role of other things is 30%. Now, no matter how small this percentage is, they do contribute towards a holistic transformation and they are quite vital. There are three things which I feel is immensely important apart from diet. These three things are: number one, exercise. It is important that you stay consistent with your exercise. When it comes to exercise, it is not about doing a lot of intense movements. It's not about that much about intensity, but it's more about being consistent. So remember that spending 2 hours in the gym is not going to transform you if you do it only once a week. But what is really going to help you is if you are able to put in that 20 minutes every day in the gym. So consistency is more important than intensity. The second thing is sleep hygiene. Sleep is again very vital when it comes to fat loss, when it comes to weight loss, because it's the only recovery mechanism which is built by nature, which is completely free and which has no side effects, which only leaves you fresh and completely recovered, not only physically but also mentally. And the third and the most important thing, the most overlooked thing, the thing which is most underrated is your attitude towards how you deal with stress. In our modern times, in the times that we live, stress is inevitable. So I do not say that keep away from stress. Stress is going to happen. It's going to creep into our lives, because that's how lives are. But we need to equip ourselves with tools and techniques so that we learn how to deal with stress in the right way, in the most effective way. So do make meditation and deep breathing techniques a very, very important part of your daily routine. Oh, there are so many myths related to women fitness. I can list them down for you. So number one, the myth that is prevalent is that women shouldn't strength train. Number two is that it is very unrealistic for women to think of getting very lean, because then it's going to affect their hormones, it's going to affect their menstrual cycle. Number three, a lot of people do believe that post 30 years of age or even post menopause, women cannot lose weight or they cannot get fitter. So these are one of the few myths that women should really stay away from, because there is no truth to it.